Put a finger down if you met a guy on Tagged. Put a finger down if you ever been scammed. Put a finger down if you ever talked to somebody and you knew you wasn't even interested. Put a finger down if you're looking for a nigga because you want to off him. And put a finger down if you have a story time and you never thought you would be the one to do a story time. Y'all, it's real out here in these streets. And I done got scammed by the ultimate scammer, but I knew better when I was doing the shit I was doing. But I was like, maybe nah. Because who uses God? Who has a definite date? Who sticks around like this? Y'all, after I tell y'all what I gotta tell y'all, y'all get y'all belt ready. Because I'm gonna need a real nigga ass whooping. Because I ought to be ashamed of myself for what I allowed happen. Ashamed of myself. And all because I'm forever feeling bad for somebody and trying to help people. Ladies, listen to me. We have to stop trying to help people. If these motherfuckers need help, they need help for a reason. If there's nobody out there that wants to help these people, there's a reason. They be the grownest niggas out there. They tell you the best stories that they could tell you. And me trying to be oh so sweet. Oh my God, I care about everybody's feelings. Now I'm over here trying to hunt a nigga down. Y'all, I'm coming with the story time. I just need to figure out how to do green screens and everything because I got receipts, pictures, everything for y'all. I got scammed. Hey y'all, so it's that time for me to tell y'all how I allowed myself to get scammed. And most of y'all know me, but for those of you who don't, I'm new to all this dating stuff. I've been a whole wife for about 18 years. So all this dating app and all this stuff is new to me. The way I found out about Tagged is I caught myself talking to this little young cat. And every time he would get mad at me, he would go on Tagged. And then he would come back and tell me, I met such and such off of Tagged. So one day I was like, you know what? Let me see what this Tagged is about. So I goes on this tag and I create a profile. I put one picture and one little old corny quote about me, real simple, said, my name is TT. I'm like one in a million. My life is like a box of chocolates. You know, you'll never know what you're going to get. Something simple. When I tell y'all, like 30 minutes, I had like 50 something comments. Maybe, okay, let me say it. Maybe, let's give it an hour. I had like 50 something messages. So Tag pops, right? And I've been working Tag for almost a year. Maybe 6-7 months. I don't know. Something like that. And since I've been working it, I met like 5 people off of there in person. And all real good, genuine people. Except for these last 2. And I'm real particular about who I will respond to. I don't respond to just anybody. If you're young, I don't want to talk to you. I learned my lesson with the person who introduced me to Tagged. If you got locks, I won't respond. If you have braids, I won't respond. If you cute, I won't respond. I don't want nobody cute. And I try to pick them 50 or older, y'all. I just like them older. I don't want nobody that got no problems. They still want to run the streets. I got to deal with their mama. But I'm learning that it doesn't matter how old they are. You still going to deal with a mama and them playing bullshit games. Okay, so y'all, ladies, before we get on to how I got scammed, we have to start looking out for us, ladies, okay? If we meeting these niggas and they ain't got their shit together, next! If they off the bat coming to you with some stop story or they already got issues day one or day two, next! I want to get to know you over time. Don't bombard me with your problems. We got to stop trying to save them. We not they mamas. We can't raise them. If they don't have their shit together at this point in time in their life, they probably ain't gonna never get it together, ladies. We gotta start looking out for us. So here we go. I get bored one night and I hops on Tagged and I see this message right here. And the original message that he sent me was like on the 14th of April. But as you can see, I came through May 14th. We start talking. So we exchange numbers. Everything good. Y'all can pause to read. So y'all, he texts me right away. And after texting like maybe 3-4 messages, he called. Why they do that, I don't know. But I didn't answer. Because I do this for shits and giggles, right? There's really nothing to talk about. But I loved everything that this man was saying. Most people nowadays have nothing going for themselves and they can't even hold a conversation. But as y'all can see, this man claimed to have a house built, all of that, right? And I start giving him red flags. I was the problem, right? So I'm like, okay, maybe he might be good. The kind of stuff I can appreciate. And y'all can pause to read. So him and I do our talking on the phone every day, texting, video calling, all of that good stuff until I can finally get around to see him, which was on a Friday. Now, this is where it starts getting juicy. Every day I talk to him, he's been available. House available, ride available, all of that. But on this particular Friday, he tells me that his mom came into town. And she was not happy about where he was staying. So she was wanting him to move from that place to his friend's place. Now, I'm going to put up this text message so that y'all can kind of, if you're from Arizona, you're going to see the address and you'll be like, okay, I kind of get it. Okay, so that's where he's staying at. I didn't even attempt to pull up there. So I'm going to take this off and explain to y'all what he explained to me, why I'm saying I didn't pull up there. So he told me he had been staying at this place on 51st Avenue in McDowell for about 3 months. He said he found that place off of Google. He moved there blind. He told me that he found that place because while he was incarcerated, his grandfather passed away. And his grandpa left him 2 things. And one of the things his grandpa left him was a car shop that was here off of 35th Avenue in McDowell. So he Googled something that was close to that car shop so that it would be easy for him to get back and forth to work every day. That made sense. But mom came here to visit him and didn't like that place that he was staying, wanted him to move to a friend of hers place temporarily until the house he was having built was done in July. All made sense. So I said, I'll wait until you get moved and then I'll pull up to her friend's house and we'll meet then. Let me know when you get moved. So he hit me up once he got moved. Later on that night, I pulled up. He got in. We rode around. Just rode and talked. So at this time, I asked him all the important questions that I felt like I didn't get the chance to ask. And I asked the important questions that I already asked that I felt like I needed to ask again in person. One thing I do not play about is messing with married men or men in a relationship, period. So I asked him, have you ever been married? He said no. I've had a marriage ceremony before, but I've never been married. I said, oh, okay, cool. I asked him, do you have kids? He said, yes, I have one. How old is your baby? How old is your kid? My baby is 1. You got a 1-year-old baby? Well, why you not with the baby's mom? Okay, so he starts giving me this whole story about how she's Trinidadian and something. She has something against African American women. So she was very hard to get along with his mother, his sisters. She looks down on makeup, eyelashes, wigs. She was very controlling. She tried to change him. That was just something that he couldn't deal with. I even asked him, well, the baby is one. Like, you ain't even tried to see what you can work out with the mom. And he was like, look, that don't have nothing to do. Like, I take care of my baby. I tried that. Me and her don't work out. My baby mama moved to Canada with my baby. She's not even here. That's not an issue. I asked him, have you ever been to prison? He said yes. That's no big deal to me because my amazing husband, when I met him, he was fresh out of prison. So I asked him, what have you been to prison for? Because if you beat women, I don't want you. If you a drug user, I don't want you. So he said he had drug charges for selling. And then he told me this last time he was in prison, he beat the charge. He gave me this whole long story about how he was selling dope in Vegas and he was making $10,000 a day. And of course, somebody snitched on him. He sat in prison for 6 months. He never talked. He beat the charge. While he was in prison, you know, they always say, oh, I prayed to God, if you get me out of this, I'll never do this again. He said he got out within 6 months, all charges cleared, and ended up coming here to Arizona. So he said he ain't know nobody here. This was a fresh start. He was starting over, and me and him had already talked about what I had been through. So he was like, this is God. God put you in my life for a reason, put me in your life for a reason. I want to be your blessing. It all sounds so good, right? So it started getting kind of late, and he started getting a little touchy-feely. So I say, all right, let's go ahead. I'll take you back, and me and you will touch again later. You know, we'll see each other another time. So he tells me, and I think this is important, because ladies, we cannot let our guards down. These niggas will play on it every time. He tells me, I want your heart. I said, well, nigga, I don't have a heart. So he says, well, then there's nothing else for us to talk about, because I'm looking for somebody that's ready to love. I want somebody that has a heart. And I said, oh, okay, well, I'm sorry. I said, you know, I don't have a heart. I done been through some things, and some shit done happened to me, and I'm a good person. I'm always remain a good person, but I don't have a heart. So we get ready to walk away, and he was like, that's crazy. You know, you just gonna let me walk away like that? And I'm like, what you want me to do? Beg and please? Say, no, please. He was like, yeah, because I'm a good man. I'm gonna look out for you. I'm gonna look out for you. I'm gonna make sure you straight. You ain't gonna have to worry about nothing. Just watch, let me show you. So we all get in the car. I'm like, yeah, and I should have remained that like, yeah, So when I dropped him off at home, I had every intentions on not calling him when I made it home. Because I liked him, but I didn't like him. It was cool for fun. So when I got home, I didn't call him like I said I was. So that next morning when he called me, or he texted me the good morning text, he was like, you know, so you don't like me? And I'm like, no, it's not that. So he started telling me about his night, about where he stayed. So he said he was under the impression that where he was going to be staying was like where he had came from. He had like a little studio. He had his own bathroom, little kitchenette area, and it wasn't like that. He had a single room that the door didn't lock. The bathroom was across from the room. This man just had a list of problems with the place he was staying at. And of course, he wanted me to come back and pick him up. But I do have a life of my own, and I didn't meet him to be picking him up and talking to him every day. So I wasn't going to. But for some reason, when I found myself bored, I would answer this man's calls or texts. Or hell, I would even call and text him. So when I talked to him again, he started telling me about how he got a call from his lawyers. His lawyers called to tell him that his mother called to contest his will. So now he's not really sure if he could trust his mom. So I'm like, your mom done came all the way out here and moved you to her friend's house, and now you don't think you could trust her? And he was like, yeah, I didn't know all this at the time. I just found this out. So I'm like, why don't you call the place where you just came from and see if you can move back? So he was like, I already did. But the landlord said that he already rented the place out. So I was like, damn. So he was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. He was like, I'm going to just not be here as much as I can. He going to stay at the shop a little bit longer every day. And I told him when I got free time, I'll come swoop you up. We'll go to the movies. We'll go whatever. But, he wasn't going to be there long. His house was supposed to have been done being built in July. So the next day when I talked to him, he had told me that I guess he had left and went somewhere that night. And he said he put Vaseline all over the doorknob. And I guess the lady had came into his room. So now he felt like she was snooping in his stuff. Then he was like, he had went to go take a shower. And he came out the shower. He said he went across the hall to where his room was to get dressed. And he said, she just came right on in. She didn't knock or nothing. And he was like, I feel so violated. I don't know how to feel. I'm not comfortable here. I feel like my mom trying to kill me. Her friend is in on it. So now I'm like, oh my God. Here I go. Captain Save-A-Hole. So instantly I'm like, what can I do to help? He tells me, you know what? Let me show y'all the text. Because after we get off the phone, my ass text him because it's still on my mind that he living somewhere uncomfortable, feeling like somebody trying to kill him. So here I go texting. Y'all get a belt ready because I need my ass whooped. But hold on, let me show y'all this text. I need help. See, y'all, just pray for me. Because why? Why? How can I make things better for you? Is there anything I can do to help? Knock me out already. But y'all, I ain't even gonna lie. His response made me melt like butter. That's just so sweet. You being in my life make it that much better. You being in my life makes it better. And thank you for even caring, because God knows right now I truly need it. Him using God and being sweet at the same damn time? Huh? Somebody get him a trophy and get y'all belt ready for me. Because why? Why? But anyway. So y'all, I done came up with the bright idea. I asked him, I said, what if I found you an Airbnb? How much were you paying to stay where you were at? I know, right? Who cares? But I did at that moment. So he tells me he was paying $500 a week to stay where he was staying. So I said, if I find you an Airbnb for $500 a week, would you be able to pay me that back? He said, hell yeah. I was paying that over there, so I'll be able to get you that. So I said, okay, cool. So I started looking for the Airbnb. Everything I find, it was like $173 over. So I said, look, this is what I found. It's like $173 more, but I'll eat that. I'll do that for you. I told him, I don't really have it to help you, and I don't really want to. But if it was me, I would want somebody to look out for me. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for you. So he was like, really? He said, why are you doing this for me? And I said, honestly, I don't know. Because I don't have it to help you. And I don't want to. But if it was me, I would want somebody to help me, because I wouldn't want to be living uncomfortable. So I booked this Airbnb for him. And I just so happened to book it until the 7th. Okay? And telling these stories is kind of hard, because it's like you trying not to leave pieces out, but there's a piece that I missed out. He was telling me previously that with the shop, after he pays his employees and his rent, he only brings home like $200 to $300 a day. And after putting it together, after eating and all of that stuff, it's just enough to pay his $500 a week. So the deal was Friday, he was supposed to give me $500 towards the Airbnb. So that was our deal. Perfect. So the next day when I see him, he says, I want to tell you something. He said, I didn't tell you this before because I don't really like letting people in my business. And he was like, you got to be real careful. But he said, one of the other things that my grandpa left me is 180 acres of land in Texas. He said, when I got out of prison, I went to go and try to sell the land. But he said part of the terms of the lease was I could only build on it or lease it. So he said that's why I ended up here, because I couldn't do nothing with the land. So he said the whole time I've been locked up, my grandpa been dead, ain't nobody thought about the land. He said now I'm out and the land is making moves. He was like, now my family being weird. So he said, remember when I told you that my lawyer called and said that my mom tried to contest my will? He said her and my aunties went to court to try to take the land from me and said that my grandpa wasn't in his right mind. So he said, once everything settles, he says, I'm going to really look out for you. He said, I truly feel like God put you in my life right now for a reason. And my exact response to him was, I only want you to pay me back what you owe me. I'm happy for you. That's a blessing. That's for you. I just want you to make sure you pay me back what you owe me. And he told me God places people in other people's lives when he does for a reason. He said, I feel like me and you were meant to be together. He said, I know what you've been through. You require patience. And he said, I'm going to give you that. And he said, same for me. I don't want to be judged by my past. I made mistakes. I did what I did, but I want a future with you. So I'm like, all right, it sounds good. So I go and get him. I takes him to this Airbnb and go in there, check in, make sure everything is good. And my number one goal was to make sure that he knew I was not trying to clock him, check him, nothing. I wanted him to know that he didn't have to worry about me trying to stay around or nothing. So after I went in, made sure we got video of the place, I left. I let him be him. I checked on him, asked him, did he need anything? And he said no, he had everything he needed, which was A1. Because I'm not trying to be your mama. I just want to help you, right? Next day, he was in the Airbnb. I didn't get to go by there, right? Because we got our own lives we doing. He felt some type of way about that, but I can't help that. So what he hit me with is now I done put him in this Airbnb further from where he was. He don't have no way around and he don't know nobody here. So now he's starting to talk about transportation. Why do I care? Because I never agreed to fuck about transportation. But here I go, asking, so where do you have to go? What you got to do. So he starts telling me about all these meetings and stuff that he has to go and meet with his lawyers and the bank and all this stuff. And I don't know. What does that have to do with I? So I didn't really touch on that. I don't know how he got back and forth to his lawyers and his banks for those few days, but he made it happen. So this next day, my kids happened to be graduating, and I let him know that night. You probably not going to see me tomorrow either because my daughters are graduating, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. So he texted me that morning and asked me to give him a call. He said it was urgent, but I didn't get to call. So the second graduation, he ends up calling me. We're in there about 4 or 5 o'clock. So when he called, he said real quick, I know you busy, but he said, I got the guy from JP Morgan on the phone. They just want your information real quick because I want to put you on my bank account. He said he had a meeting with them Friday And all they needed was my name, date of birth, address, so that they could put it down so that they'll have it when it's time for the appointment. I gave it to them and continued with the graduation. I told them I would call them back when it was over. So when I talked to him again, I asked him, y'all, that is my grand bird, and she needs to shut the fuck up. Okay, so I asked him, like, why wouldn't you put your daughter on your bank account? Like, why you want to put me on there? And he said, because if something happens to me, I know you'll look out for my daughter. He said, I don't want nothing to happen to me and my mama or my aunties or my baby mama get anything. He said, they greedy, they ain't never looked out for me, so they don't need shit. And I still thought that was weird because he don't know me like that. But he want me to be on this account. And let me tell y'all what this account is about. So the land, this 180 acres of land that he's trying to sell, supposedly Walmart reached out to him to build on 7 acres of this land. $30 million down, $117,000 a month for 99 years. I wasn't jumping up. I wasn't happy. I was happy for him, but never, not one time, did I believe the shit. And I let him know I didn't believe it. Right away, I didn't tell him. But I had to tell him, like, damn, you don't hear about that often. Like, that's crazy. So, the day that we were supposed to go to the bank and have this appointment, I couldn't make it. I had a doctor's appointment of my own, and I had some things going on with me, and I could not miss my appointment. So he went on ahead and he went to this bank appointment. And whatever came from it, he came back and told me that Walmart was going to deposit the check into his account. The part that made everything sweet was Walmart was depositing this check on the 7th. The 7th. Remember, you guys, I booked the Airbnb until the 7th. Okay? So time going on, we chilling, talking. This man is sending me pictures of houses. Let me show y'all the kind of houses. And y'all, houses laid. When he first sent me them houses, they were $1.5 million, okay? No, I never jumped for joy. Okay? Because I was like, this shit is just too good to be true. And I even told him, I just don't believe it. And he would get mad. I'm telling you my hopes and dreams. I'm telling you our wishes. My wishes for us. And you shoot me down. You don't believe what I'm talking about. He would get on the phone with this play mama, y'all. I found out after the fact she had played mama. But he would get on the phone with his mama. And she'd be like, why she don't believe you? That's crazy that she don't believe you. She don't believe that black people get inheritance too. You just gonna have to wait and show her. Mama was a trip, but we gonna talk about mama next. So him and I, cool. We vibe. I mean, conversation well. When we hang together, y'all, it was like everything was good. I had my fingers crossed that on the 7th, that money was gonna hit and I was gonna get my shit back. And if I got some extra, great, but all I wanted was my shit back. So he ends up telling me that one of the guys from the car shop was going to be coming to pick him up to give him a ride to work. So that worked for about a day or two, and he started complaining about having to get a guy money for gas. So he asked me if I would be willing to rent a car for him. And that was something that I had to really think about, because I told him I'm not sure. I don't know why I didn't flat out have it in me to just say no. But I told him I'm not really sure. Let me get back to you on that one. So I ended up asking him, what happened to your car? And remember when I said it's kind of hard telling stories because you kind of miss bits and pieces. So the day that I was supposed to meet him, he sent me this picture, y'all. So supposedly this is his car. The day we were going to meet, somebody backed into it. He can't get the hood open to charge it. So I asked him, whatever happened to your car? I thought you said that you was filing your insurance claim and you had rental car insurance. He said yes, but my insurance is in my mama name and she acting real shady. I can't trust her right now. He said every time I ask her something or every time she get ready to do something for me, it come with something extra. And me knowing he feel like mom trying to kill him, he got this money coming, he don't want to ask her for nothing. I said, okay, it makes sense. I get it. But I still didn't rent him a car. Because everything I do, I run it by, I got a little boss. And she already wasn't okay with what I did with the Airbnb. But me being who I am, I had to help him. So my daughter was like, absolutely not. You're not renting that nigga no car. No. So I didn't. But the more time I was around him, talking to him, for some reason, I started to trust him. So I said, he wanted to meet the kids. So I'm like, you know what? I came home, talked to them, was like, you know, they already kind of knew about him, but didn't know everything. So I told them everything. Then they like, okay, they want to meet him. So against bossy wishes, I went down to the airport, rented this little car for him to get and let him go his way. He went one way, I went the other way. The deal was Sunday, he was to come and meet the kids after we got out of church. Okay? So we get out of church, we come home, and I guess he's ringing my doorbell. I didn't turn my ringer back on after service, so I didn't hear him calling, and I didn't hear the doorbell. Nigga knock, but he didn't knock. He said he was at my door for 35 minutes. For whatever reason, because he was at the door for 35 minutes, I guess that gave him right to make plans to go somewhere else. So when I talk to him, he tells me he gonna be back over my house at 8 o'clock. So I said, no, you're not. You're not coming to my house to meet my kids at 8 o'clock. I rented you that car so you can get to and from. You don't know nobody out here. You ain't got shit to do. But now all of a sudden you got a homeboy you finna go chill at while this electric car charges and you coming back here at 8 o'clock. I told him, no, don't come back here at 8 o'clock. What y'all think he did? Come 7:30-ish, he come call my phone talking about come open the door. I said, for what? He said, because I'm at the door. I said, nigga, you're not supposed to be at my door. He like, oh, like that? I'm not supposed to be at the house? I said, I told you when you told me earlier that you was coming over here at 8 o'clock. Don't come over here that late. So he was like, I didn't come over here at 8. I said, but you also didn't call me and tell me you were coming. So I get my ass up. I come down and I have an attitude. Right? Yeah. Because you don't come to somebody's house without calling them first. I don't give a fuck what we talked about earlier. So once I opened the door, I turned around. He ain't never been in here. But nigga, if you don't follow me, you're going to be lost. So he follows me up, and then here he goes telling me about how he don't like my attitude. And then I follow up with letting him know that I don't like for a motherfucker to not follow through on their word. Number one thing about my husband is your word is all you got. If a motherfucker can't go by your word, they can't go by nothing. Your word is all you got, okay? So while we up there talking, my son calls me, and he asks me if I will come pick him up from the park. So I get the keys, get ready to come downstairs to get in my truck to go pick up my son. And his rental car is parked in front of my truck, so I can't get out. So I tell him, unlock the doors. I get in the rental car to get ready to go pick my son up. I'm in the passenger seat. We get ready to hit the block. His phone rings. He like this, all moving, all slow, you know. So I said, nigga, answer the motherfucking phone. Don't tell me to answer my motherfucking phone. This is my phone. I answer my phone when I want to answer my phone. I said, nigga, your energy, I don't like it. And me and you ain't matching energy. So you take me right back to my motherfucking car. He was like, I was going to answer my phone. It was in my back pocket. I said, you take me back to my motherfucking car. So I get to my truck, go pick up my son, and I come back. And to my surprise, I don't know why I thought the fuck boy was going to be back here. Because the whole reason why he came was to meet my kids, right? No, I pull up. He ain't here. So I call him. I said, look, whenever you get to wherever you going, you call me. Because I'm going to come pick up that car and I'm taking it back to the airport. He was like, why? Why are you going to do that? I said, number one, I didn't rent no car for you to run the streets. You can't hold your word. I don't want to be responsible for that. That's one thing that I'm not going to be liable for. What do you need the rental car for anyway? Right? So he calls me when he gets back to the Airbnb. Me and Bossy hops in the truck. We go picks up the rental and I takes it back. Of course, I never heard the end of taking that rental back, but my heart was such at ease because I did not feel comfortable with him, one, in that car. Two, what the fuck you gotta do? Like, where you going? You don't know nobody out here. Like, nothing about him having that car at that particular time made sense, and it didn't sit right with me, and it shouldn't be at my expense. You guys, get the belt ready, because I need my ass whipped. Dang. So, while I'm talking to him, of course, he gonna tell me about what his mama got to say. How his mama feel like I'm trying to control him. I said, look, I'm tired of you telling me about what the next motherfucker got to say. If she got so much to say, tell that motherfucker to rent you a car. You ain't finna keep on calling my mama no motherfuckers. Motherfucker, you know exactly what the fuck I mean. Your mama got so much to say about what I'm doing, but she can't do nothing for you. I'm confused, boo. Come on. So, you know, he want to get past that. He understand what I'm talking about. He forgive me. He just want me to trust him. I got to get better, blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. So, he's still in his Airbnb. Everything's good. I'm going over there. Make sure he's straight. He's going back and forth to work supposedly every day from over there. Everything's okay. But you guys, we are approaching the 7th and that check ain't hit yet. And now he love me though. Now he tell me he love me every time he talk to me. And if I don't tell him I love him back, it's a problem. He'll be like, I love you. I'll be like, all right. What? What? You didn't hear me say I love you? And here, y'all get y'all belts because I need my ass whipped. Here I go. I love you too. Knowing damn well I don't love that nigga. I don't even know that nigga. I'm just trying to help that nigga. But here I am. I need my ass whipped, okay? But all right. Anyway, let's go. So the 7th is approaching. Check ain't hit. What I'm going to do? Because now I can eat the cost of the rental. He didn't even have that shit for a whole day. The Airbnb, I can eat that too. Or else I wouldn't have did it. But I do want my shit back. So, okay, let me back up, y'all. When I took that rental car back, shit was so funky between me and him, I told him, look, I ain't gonna put you up out of this Airbnb because I'm not that kind of person. I'll never, ever put a person to where that they don't have a place to stay. So I said, you can stay here until the 7th. And once the 7th is up, please just don't trash the place. You go ahead. He asked me, like, what is you talking about? I can stay here and just don't trash the place. I want to be with you. I ain't tripping about nothing. I want you to be my wife. I'm trying to marry you. I'm trying to change your life. I want to be there for you like you was there for me. Y'all, get your belt ready because that shit melted my heart again. So here I am, whipped like butter. So, of course, I have a talk with my daughter about everything. Like the money that I got put in it, you know, like what should I do at this point? Like, and really my daughter is like, you've helped him enough. Let him go on his way. If he give you back your money when he get his money, great. If not, mama, you helped him. That's your form of tithing. And I agreed. And going back over there, spending them days with him, letting him talk me into coming around here. It was either that or get another Airbnb, because he's going to give me my money back. I don't have nothing to worry about. He was just so sure and so confident that his money was coming and he wanted me to see. And I'm not going to lie, I wanted to see too. So I come back home. I talk to my kids, chop it with my mom, let them know what's up, what it is, what y'all think, because I don't never ever make a move without their approval. Everybody say yeah. Bring them here. We can ride it out to the 21st. If it don't work, we'll kick him to the curb. 21st ain't that long. He cool. Let's see what happens. So, he comes. Everything is good. This man gets up. Okay. He gets up. He takes the trash out. He cleans. Y'all like bonding with the kids. Like everything was great. The only thing that was different with him was he wasn't going to work. Every other day before he came here, he went to work every day. And I can say he was at work because we would be on FaceTime and it would be the car lot in the back. He was at work. But he never went to work one day while he was here. So the first day he was here, it was weird. It was different. Especially having somebody around that you don't really know in your space, around your people. It was different. And every part of me was back on, this nigga ain't got no money coming. He didn't even move like a nigga that was about to be rich. Okay? Let me be about to be rich. And then once I would run it across people that I know, I would be talking to my clients and they would be like, if this nigga had that kind of money coming, he would have a POF, a proof of funds. But he would talk about having a POF. He would tell me that his lawyer told him that if he takes his POF to a house and shows it to the agent, that they will let him move in because they know that he has these funds coming. So he would tell me, baby, get on the house. Why aren't you looking for a house? The ball is in your court. But I would never look for a house because every part of me just couldn't believe it. So like day 2 of him being here, I was in panic mode. I changed the code to my door and everything. And they were like, you're tripping. Like, calm down. Like, you're moving too fast. But every part of me just knew that something wasn't right. I couldn't trust him. And you would think, I'm sure y'all like, did she Google him? Did she look him up? You know what? No, I didn't. Because my retarded ass. And sorry for everybody got a problem with the word retarded, because I don't mean no harm. That's just what I say it, but I shouldn't. So my retarded ass, I didn't look him up. I should have, but I didn't. I asked him, do you do Instagram? He said, yeah. Do you do Facebook? No Facebook, no none of that. I only Instagram. You tell me something, I'm going to believe it. Because what I tell you is real. If I tell you something, it's not bullshit. Because what the fuck do I have to bullshit you for? It's going to be real. So I ran with that. If you told me what you was locked up for, I believe you. Because what the fuck you got to lie for? I don't know why people lie. So no, I didn't look him up. But y'all, the people that sit in my chair, they was like, what's his name? What's his birthday? Where he from? And just like that, they were like, oh, is this him? Oh, and was it him? Was it him? Let me show y'all. I talked to my mom and I'm like, so what you think? And she was like, I like him. She said, I ain't get no red flags. I said, no. I said, well, what did he say? She said, I told him about how you was with Curtis, how, you know, he pretty much took on a lot and did a lot for you, and, you know, how you guys was a real team, and She said he told her that not to worry about nothing, that he was going to make sure that I was good. My mom said she asked him, "So you want to marry my daughter?" And she said he told her, "I don't want to marry your daughter. I'm going to marry your daughter." She said, "I like him." She said, "You got my approval." So I said, "Oh, okay." So I come back upstairs, and for some reason, I just have a funny feeling. I don't know. So I tell him again, like, "I know what you said. I just want you to know, though, like, this is different for me. Like, you want me to go off of everything that you say, and I'm not sure." So he start, "We're not finna keep on going through this. I keep on telling you that I'm here for you. Has anybody ever said to you that, you could block your own blessings?" And yeah, people tell me that all the time. So I'm like, maybe I need to chill out. Maybe I need to stop questioning him about this so much and just see. But every part of me don't want to just let him see, because I can't sleep. I'm not sleeping, y'all. I can't eat. And not only is he just here, but now he want to know what's for lunch. What's for dinner. Y'all, my own kids know, don't even come ask me what's for lunch and what's for dinner. Because that's what they daddy did. You know what I'm saying? So they figure it out. We figures it out. But now here I am catering to this bum ass fuck boy. But y'all, so I'm about to call it a wrap because these eyes is heavy. Y'all, when I come back with the part 7, I'm finna show y'all mama, and it's finna get even more. And I appreciate y'all for not being so mean, because I know I was stupid for what I did. I know. This ain't like me. I was just trying to help somebody. Help went too far. Don't be like me and get your belts ready, because I need my ass whooped. Hey, y'all. I wanted to come touch on a few things. First, I want to say thank everybody for watching, your comments, support, all that good stuff. And I know it's quite a few negative people. I expect that. One thing y'all gotta remember is the first thing I said is, I knew I was wrong. I knew I did some shit I shouldn't have done. I know this. Get your belt ready, right? So I know it's a lot of y'all that didn't watch it from the beginning, and it's okay. I get it. One thing that I do want to touch on is this jailbird comment. One thing I don't do is judge people. If you feel some type of way about felons, so be it. That's on you. I had a very successful life with a felon. I moved out of my mama's house at 18 and got married to a felon, and had a very, very successful marriage. So however you feel about felons, you feel that way. But I wouldn't be the person that I am today without him. I'm not running around here asking nobody for no help. I get it out here on my own. Went from a 2-income household to 1 and getting it, okay? If you know me, you know I help everybody. You call me, I'm going to help you. Where I went wrong at is helping somebody I don't know. Helping somebody that I didn't want to help. Helping somebody against my judgment. That's where I went wrong at. I'm not on here for y'all to feel sorry for me. If y'all want to laugh, laugh with me. I know I made a mistake. I know I fucked up. I don't have no little kids around here. And if you want to know, my daughter, she's a sharpshooter. We ready over here all day. I'm not excusing no mistakes I made. I was wrong all the way across the board. I brought a motherfucker up in my house around my kids, no matter how big or small they are. I fucked up. That's why I'm on here telling y'all. So like I said, I expect the negative comments. I expect that. I know what platform I'm on. But just know, when you come with your negative comments, do your research. I've been somebody's wife. I make my own money. I am a giver. I'm a very nice person. I try to remain positive. I don't do that negative stuff. So once again, if you are triggered by what you done heard so far, whew, y'all really gonna have some shit to say. Cause it gets worse, y'all. I did some stupid shit. I got stupider and stupider and stupider. Okay? I'm gonna tell you now. I don't need you to come tell me stupid, gullible. Those are the things I'm not. Because if you were listening from the beginning, you would know I really wasn't never even feeling him. I was feeling more bad for him than anything. Over time is where I was like, okay, maybe. Over time was when I started to say, okay, thug this shit out. So come along for the ride. I promise to drop y'all part 7 today. And yes, I do get stupid. Y'all. So I'm telling you now, I know better. I know I fucked up. I know what I did is unacceptable. If you go back, you'll see I didn't do anything that I did to be with anybody. I don't want to be with anybody. If you know me, you know that. A bitch get bored and a bitch do shit I ain't got no business doing. I'm only human. But remember, at the end of the day, I got me. It's a house of motherfuckers up in here that we rocking together. So I appreciate y'all that get it. That motherfuckers ain't perfect. Motherfuckers do stupid shit. You might not do the stupid shit I did, but bitch, you done did some stupid shit. I done did some stupid shit. I'm telling y'all about it. Y'all can laugh with me. Share the post. Don't do what I did. Run from that nigga. If you see him, bang my line. Because if you're going to see him part 8 and 9, it's fire. I'm looking. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Happy Saturday. All right, y'all. So I know I'm sitting here looking like yesterday. And I'm sorry for keeping y'all waiting. But I know y'all waiting. So here we go. Just excuse me. So I know a lot of y'all are like, she don't have no friends. Y'all, you gotta remember, after being married for 18 years, no, I don't have many friends. I have a few, but I do have two. I talk to them every day, and every day since day one, they've been against everything. But maybe they handle me too nice. But my friends was sending me things like this. They're like, friend, he's married. I don't care what he say. He's married. They tell me, get him the fuck up out of there. Ain't no way he only been in Arizona for 4 to 5 months. He got a charge date. She said, if you look at this case number, his charge start all the way back to 2017. My friends are like, look, if you want him out, we'll get him out. And of course, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get him out. So they calling me like, is everything okay? I'm like, yeah, everything okay. I ain't get him out. Why? Because, of course, when I bring shit to him, every time I had an uneasy feeling, y'all, I'm telling y'all, this man had all the right things to say. And at this point, I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to say that I'm falling for it. But as you can see in that message, I would tell him all the time, like, look, I'm not going to put you out. I'm not that kind of person. I want to make sure that you have a place to stay. Me and you don't have to be together. And a lot of y'all keep seeing y'all like, oh, I know he blowing that back out. Y'all, one thing you need to understand is before my husband even passed, he had diabetes. And if you know what insulin do to your body, so for about the last 4 or 5 years of my marriage, wasn't no action. It was real love in this camp. So a sister can go forever without the hanky panky. So yeah, me and him smashed. I can count on this hand right here how many times we smashed. You want me to put a few? Okay? And on top of that, once a nigga start asking me to have a baby, I'm good. We don't need to play, because now you playing. If it's anything I can take back, I'll take back giving up my ass before I did my cash. Some of y'all might not understand, but I'm sorry. I'll take my ass back before I will that cash. Okay, but let's keep rolling. My friends is telling me to go through his stuff in the closet. Get him up out of here. Go through his stuff. Y'all, I don't know why. I never had it in me to go through his stuff. I'm not that kind of person. I couldn't do it. I will wash his laundry, fold it, give it to him. But I could never go through this man's stuff. And it's in my house. But I don't know. That's just me. So time going by, he's supposedly getting calls from his lawyers. My anniversary is also approaching. So I'm going to be honest, y'all. In my head, I need to get him away from me for a while. I'm going crazy. I'm not used to having somebody in my space. I'm not feeling him. I'm not trusting him. He tells me that my youngest daughter came to him and said, I'm going to have to tell you since nobody else will. My mom's not sleeping. She's not eating. So if you're playing with her, you need to stop now. And I said, what? So everybody sees what's going on here, y'all. I'm over this. I'm over it. So here where I get stupid again. Y'all go get your belt. I go and I rent another car. Okay, so now I'm like, okay, whatever you got to do, you do it. I'm not clocking him. I don't care where he's going, what he's doing, but y'all, he's not leaving here. He's staying here every day, all day, rental car parked outside. So now it's Sunday. And since I've been dealing with this man, I've been getting up, going to church every single Sunday, praying about this. So the kids come in, they ask him, why don't you get up and go to church with us? And he like, oh, I don't have nothing to wear. My daughter like, it's come as you are. So he like, I promise next week I'll go to church. So, we get up, we go to church. After church, the kids and I go and eat. All happy. I'm standing outside of church. Sent him that picture. So I come back from church and Play Mama is on the phone. And remember, I'm still not knowing that this is Play Mama. Sister Gail on the phone, she got an attitude, and her problem is me. She think I'm trying to control her son and blah, 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 but little do she know he's on his way to you, boo. I'm putting him to the test. So I come back from church, and he telling me about the homie that done passed from Grape Street. So I say, you know what? Drive down to Cali. So he like, what? I'm like, yeah. Take the rental. Go on back to Cali. Tell him the rental ain't due back till Tuesday. It's Sunday. Just be back here Monday night. We'll have it back Tuesday morning. So the plan was for him to leave Cali by 3 Monday to be back here Monday night. So yes, the kids were like, Mama, you sending him away? I had to. I needed time away. And also I told myself I was going to go through his stuff while he was gone. And let me backtrack just a few steps. I have to. Before Sunday, he had an appointment at the bank with the lawyers. And remember, this whole time, I never believed anything. So when he comes back, he comes in the door with what he calls a contract. And of course, I'm doing hair when he comes. So when he comes in the door, everybody don't need to know everything. So I haven't told everybody about him. So he opens up this contract, and I'm looking, and the font already is off. But he takes his contract upstairs. He takes it to the kids. He tells them to put it away. They look at it, go through it together, and the kids are like, oh my God. But I run it by a good friend, client of mine, and she told me, contracts ain't even done on paper. It's done through DocuSign. And I also ran by the guy at the bank calling me. She said, nobody from the bank would ever call you on three-way. She said that's against their rules. They can't do that. So that's also a lie. She said you need to get his account number or have him show you his proof of funds. Forget that contract. But y'all, when I went back to get the contract was gone. When I asked him about the contract, he told me it looked like that because he printed it from off his phone. Maybe, I don't know. So y'all, he goes to Cali. I never go through the stuff. I could never pull myself together to go through the stuff. I should have, because wait till you see what his stuff consists of. So, I know y'all wondering, did he come back? Y'all, he came back. This man was on a mission to show me that he wasn't trying to scam me. And I know some of y'all want to know, did he really go to California? I know for sure he really went to Cali. Because he made sure to FaceTime me when he was at that fake Mama Joanne's house. So I seen her and she was like, hey, wifey. Okay, y'all. So when he gets the next day, somebody knocks on the door to buy my mom's car because her car's been sitting in the driveway. So he goes out and he, talks to the people and he tells me, call your mom. So I call my mom and he tells my mom she shouldn't sell her car. He works on cars, of course, y'all. That's what he do. So he said, I can get you a new engine. He gets on his phone, looks it up, finds an engine for $900. So he said, we can get this engine and I can put it in right here in your garage. So my mom was like, really? So he was like, yeah. So he said, you give me $900. I'll go down, order the engine, have them deliver it here. We'll put it in. I'll have you rolling in less than 7 days. Sound good to us? He gonna be here till the 21st, right? Moms goes and gets her money. She gives him $900. I know, right? She gives him the $900. So the next day, I let him use my car to go on, pay for this engine, and yeah, I let him use my car, y'all. I can't move nowhere in peace. My kids have had a tracker in my truck since the day they daddy died. So if he want to go somewhere and do something, little do he know, Apple might tell him you being tracked, but he ain't gonna find that tracker. So he goes, takes care of the engine, he comes back. Y'all, this man was on his best behavior. The next day, we looking for a car for my son. Find this 89 Caprice, y'all. Starts right up. Don't need no gas to crank it. It's $1,000. He tells me his mama gonna give him $5 for it. I just gotta come up with the other $5. So I'm like, oh, okay. I could do that. So I telling my daughter about it. She was like, don't get nothing from his mama. If it's for Deuce, he gonna fix this up for Deuce. I'll give you the $1,000. You just give it back to me later or whatever. So he like, no, it's for Deuce. I'll give you the 1,000 when the money hits. So my daughter go to the bank, pull the 1,000, give it to him. Y'all, life is great. Everything's good. Everybody getting along. Everybody helping. Everything's good. So now here it is, Sunday again, right? And of course, I'm missing some few days. I don't know how sis did 52 parts. I'm not gonna leave y'all hanging and dangling like that. And I don't have it in me. And it wasn't until somebody pointed this out to me that I realized, y'all, the outfit that Spanky is wearing in this picture, same white pants, same top, that was the outfit he wore to church. So I'm wondering, is sis he married really his baby mama? Or did she get scammed too? That's my question. Okay, but let me keep going. So y'all, we go to church. Church is good. Everything's great. We get out of church. The car that my daughter paid for is supposed to be here tomorrow. Everything's good. So when we come back from church, he asked me if he could use my truck to go to his homie house. And it don't make sense to say how I felt every time he asked me to use my car, because I started letting him use it towards the end. So I let him use the truck after church. And he told me he was going to call me when he got to where he was going. He called me. He said he was on 99th Avenue in Glendale. He was at his homie house. He was only going to be there about an hour or two, be back. Okay? So while he was gone, my daughter comes to me and she was like, Mama, where is your truck? She zooms in on this tracker. And I'm going to come back to that, y'all. That's an important part. So I'm going to come back to that. So, everything's good. Come in here, lay down, get some sleep. I went to sleep early because, y'all, I haven't been sleeping, right? So, I get up about midnight because I hear movement and he's moving around. He can't sleep. So I'm like, all right, I can sleep. So he comes to me about 2. He asked me if he could take my truck to go to Circle K to get some coffee. So I said, yeah. It's a tracker in the truck. Circle K's up the street, whatever. So he comes back and he said Circle K had a sign on the door said that they were closed till 4. I don't mess with Circle K, so I don't know, maybe. So when I finally wake up about 6, this is the text that I see. Be back, about to ride with the homie to drop him off at the airport. He gonna let me keep his car, leaving now. I thought that was weird, but I'm like, all right. He sent that at 3. Let me text him. Text him at 7. Okay, baby, you back yet? The nigga ain't call me back. So I'm like, let me call him, because now something ain't right. So I call him. What y'all think it said? The number you have called has been changed or is no longer in service. So now y'all know I'm in panic mode, right? So I hops up. First thing I look for is my purse. Go through my purse to see, did he take my strap? Strap in there. Go through my wallet. Did he take anything? He took my credit card. So then I run downstairs. Downstairs there's some pistols. Go through the drawer. He took one. So then I run back upstairs and I look in the closet where his stuff was. And now is where my stupid ass decides to go through his shit. His shit. When I tell y'all, this nigga didn't take a motherfucking thing except for the clothes that was on his back, a bottle of Henny, his phone, my pistol, my cars, and my family's cash. Y'all, he left everything that he came here with, which was pretty much nothing. Y'all, what is this? Ain't nothing in here. I know y'all gonna ask. That ain't his. I should have took that out of here. Joke's on me, right? So I hops in the truck now. And I'm at square one. First place I'm going to is the address that my girls gave me. This one. So this address here so happens to be the same address that is on his ID. So that's the first place I went. When I tell you I banged on that door so hard nobody answered. Knocked on the neighbor's door. When they answered, I asked them, do black people live over there? They said, yeah. So I said, okay, I knew I needed to go back there later. Went back there later, nobody answered the door. So every part of me is telling me that my target might be there, okay? But since I can't get an answer next, remember that address, I call my daughter. She's still asleep, right? Because I don't want to tell the kids what done happened. But now I got to tell her what happened. So I'm like, Naya, that address that he was at yesterday, what is it? So she gets up, tries to go and look, and she didn't screenshot it. I don't do iPhone. I'm a proud Android user. Okay? Samsung all day. So when she told me because she didn't screenshot the location, she didn't have it, that blew my mind. Because what the fuck you tracking me for if it's not pinging and saving the location every time I stop or I'm at a location for a certain amount of time? If you pinging, you should be saving it, right? But for some reason it didn't save it. So now we trying to go through our memory. We know for sure that it said 111 something, 11116 West Virginia. 116 something something West Virginia. So we know he was in that area somewhere. So there I go. And while I'm on my way, now I'm going through my emails, trying to get every single one of my credit card phone numbers to call to report my shit lost or stolen. So I get to one of my cards and he's gone to town. He's paid his phone bill. He's been ordering shit, y'all. And here, my stupid ass, I don't even call the cards because I don't use them. So I've had no reason to call them. But right here, up under my nose, he been just going to town. So I get the ding, ding, ding to call Verizon. Call them. And of course, because I don't have his PIN and I don't have an account with them, they can't tell me nothing but that his number was changed that day. Well, that's not going to sit right with me because you're not going to tell me that this nigga's bill was paid using my card, but you can't tell me nothing. But they wouldn't tell me nothing. But I just couldn't stop. I couldn't give up. So I came up with his number. But I told myself, you better not call right away. So my credit card company told me that I needed to file a police report. Them is one people I don't play with. But at the same time, I knew he took a fully loaded pistol that was registered to me. So I had to call them. So I filed this police report, let them know everything that happened. Of course, they want to know what he looked like. So that leads me to the camera roll and where I met him, y'all. And I see that shit face is back on his bullshit. So, I couldn't just not call him. So when I calls him, I say, I'm on your heels, nigga. And next, I'm finna be knocking at your motherfucking door. And he hung that phone up and blocked me. I went to Cash App, sent $1,000 request. He declined it. I went all around 115th, 19th, 18th Avenue in Virginia, knocked on a few doors. Y'all, I did what I should have did in the beginning and went back to Joanne's so-called homegirl's house. Y'all ain't gonna never believe what that house was. Let me sit up for this one. And get y'all motherfucking belts ready, okay? Cause it was the halfway house. The halfway house, you guys. And we know I'm not hating. I'm not against no felons. You got to get out. You got to get it how you get it. The stepping stone. But get out and keep it 100. I'm in the halfway house. I just got out. But nigga, you didn't just get out. And that's the part I can't put those pieces together. Where he been? What he been doing? So, my homegirls, y'all, I want him so bad, they send me this. Yeah, I'm that extra. So I call and talk to the guy. He, asked me what happened. I give him the whole rundown. He tell me that he'll give me a discount. So, of course, I run it to my kids, and they like, hell yeah, pay it. Let's get him. Let's find him. So crazy thing about it is he ends up sending me a message. He said, tell Nia to send me her Cash App. So I'm like, okay, maybe he do feel bad. But next day, he still hadn't sent that money. I go back and forth on what exactly should I do. And I probably shouldn't say this on here, but I'm going to. Every part of me wants to put my hands on him. And if and when I see him, I'm going to put my hands on him in the worst way. I mean that in every way. The main reason why I made these videos is because everybody kept telling me, this nigga is not worth your freedom. And it's not even the nigga that I'm worried about. It's the fact that he played in my kid's face. And for all y'all that want to come back and say that I allowed him to, you know what? I could have been a little, y'all call it gullible, stupid. I believed, I believed. I felt like at some point in time at his grown ass age, who would be lying about some shit like that? You tell me you want to build, you want to do whatever, I'm going to try. And even when it wasn't working, I should have kicked the nigga to the curb. But at that point, a bitch was already vested. But just the simple fact that he played with my kids, I want to play with his ass. So the private investigator, that, I really want to do it. But once they catch his ass, I'm not going to be able to get him. Because they going to get him and turn him in, right? This nigga broke. Which means they going to put him on restitution, right? Yeah, he broke. I found out this nigga got the hot meal plan. Only way you can get the hot meal plan, nigga, is if you homeless. So do I just not waste any more money on him? Chop that shit up and take it as a loss? Cause bitch, you did that shit to yourself. All you had to do was research that nigga. All you had to do was your motherfucking homework. You too big and grown for this shit. So, here I am, just trying to figure it all out. And the main reason for this video is because everybody said, instead of doing what you doing and jeopardizing your freedom, put his ass on blast and protect other people. Let people know what he's doing because this is clearly his scheme. So y'all, that's what I'm doing. If you see Mario Trayshawn Ross, I want that ass. Mario Trayshawn Ross. Mario Floyd Ross. That motherfucker is consuming my camera roll. I'm starting to feel like a crazy bitch. And I can be crazy. So, this fake mama Instagram. If y'all see these people, blast they ass. If you see Mario, you let me know. Old funky dog head ass nigga. And I fell for the shit. And I don't even like talking about people. But look at him. And if you look at his phone, y'all, the shit you pay attention to after the fact. If you looked at his phone, what was he looking at? That wasn't me. I, that didn't look at like a movie. I seen a camera roll strip at the bottom. But, girl, you did that shit to yourself. It's over. So, ladies, just take it from me. Don't be no trick. Because that's what the fuck I was. And I didn't even realize it. And here I am calling this a scam. I don't know. Bitch, you was stupid. I was stupid. So when y'all see that nigga, blast his ass. Let me know. Because I want him. I want to give him the worst motherfucking wedgie of his motherfucking life. And then I want to torture the motherfucker. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. All y'all negative people that ain't never did nothing wrong and stupid in y'all life. Y'all the real ones. I love all y'all. Thank y'all. Human kindness is real. Mistakes do happen, y'all. Just don't be stupid. Don't do it more than once. Bye. God works in mysterious ways, and I'm blessed and highly favored. And when I tell you this thing ain't stopped, this thing ain't stopped. So over the last few days, y'all, I've been getting calls, texts, and major shout out to my girl. I ain't gonna say your name because I don't want to blow our cover and, you know, crack what we got so far. But girl, you are the real MVP. This man has not stopped. He is still doing the same thing, except for he has added more businesses to his live. Now he has 3 shops. He's still rolling with the acres of land in Texas, Walmart, buying all of that stuff. You guys, y'all the real MVP for plugging me with the wife. But, okay, so remember I was trying to find out, is the wife, is she the baby mama? Did she get scammed too? Y'all, she is in on this, y'all. She know all about this. Don't make no sense. I've sent her messages, and of course she not gonna respond because she in on this. And this here is the latest picture his greasy ass sent out. Please forgive me for that. I don't like talking about people, but his greasy ass. As we can see, he's still on the same bullshit. Looking at this picture, there's the whiteboard, the Caucasian fella in the back. I'm not sure what type of facility this is, but it's a facility. But I will say, because I know he's watching, and she's watching too, I'm gonna do everything I said I'm gonna do. I'm totally gonna be the bigger person. I'm gonna keep letting time take its course. I'm gonna keep putting my pieces together. Y'all keep helping me. Send me everything you got. If you see him, let me know. Because the greatest video is gonna be the video where I find his ass. And oh, that's what lets me know I'm really crazy. I've came a long way. I've had lots of therapy and all of that good shit. I always say jail is no place for me. And it still isn't. But when it comes to him, I don't even give a fuck. That's how bad I want him, and that's how you know his ass is grass. And I'm just gonna stop talking about it, because I don't like to talk about it. I like to be about it. So, I know y'all watching. I keep calling y'all. Y'all answering the phone. Y'all listening to everything I'm saying. Y'all listening when I'm knocking at that door. Y'all know where my door is. I asked y'all for 2 things and 2 things only. Run my mama back her shit. Run my daughter back her shit. Everything else, I'll chop it up and take it as a loss, because I did that to myself, right? And stop playing with other people. Go get a job. Go make your own money. Tanya, I don't know what your name is. You want to do hair so bad, you ain't the best. But keep working at it, baby. You might get there. But y'all stop playing with people, because everybody ain't playing with you. All right, I'm going to go because I do got work to do in about 15 minutes. So I love y'all, TikTok. I really love y'all, TikTok. Thank y'all for being the greatest of the greatest of the greatest. And to all y'all negative people, I prayed for y'all last night and this morning. Have a good day.